And now we're talking with Coach Hayslip. And Coach, first off, thank you for taking time out of your day for us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, your background with basketball, and I guess lead up to you getting here at ICC.
Absolutely. So I am from Louisville, Kentucky. Went to St. Xavier High School in Louisville, and was fortunate enough going to college. I was deciding to go to Western Kentucky University and had a couple high school coaches that I knew. I worked as an equipment manager for my high school team and had a couple high school coaches that knew some people at Western Kentucky. And long story short, ended up getting an equipment manager position at Western Kentucky and did that for my undergrad for 5 years, mostly for Coach Stansberry. And when I graduated in 2020 with my bachelor's, I was lucky enough that there was some vacated spots for graduate assistant spots at Western Kentucky, and Coach Stansberry decided that he wanted to keep me, and he brought me on as a graduate assistant for the next 2 years. And so I spent a total of 7 years at Western Kentucky and just finished up my grad school, graduated in May of 22 with a master's in sports administration. And at that point I knew it was about time I got to find that first that opened the door, get my foot in, get that first full-time position and figure it out. And fortunately enough, Coach Stansberry and Coach Cunningham at Western Kentucky were in my corner, and they ended up getting in contact with Coach Pate at ICC, and ended up being an opening, and thank God that it ended up working out in my favor, and now I'm here, and I can't wait for what's next.
Awesome. So what did you know about ICC before coming here?
Honestly, didn't know a whole lot. I had a little bit of background from Coach Cunningham being at Mississippi State with Coach Stansberry for a while. They knew Coach Pate from their time at Ole Miss and Mississippi State, and just told me it was a real good place, small town, but everything that I would need around it, good people. Told me Coach Pate would be a great boss, and Coach Stansberry and Coach Cunningham, two of my biggest mentors in my professional life, they told me to go here. I pretty much took their word and said, okay, I'm going to try my best to get here. And so I didn't really know a whole bunch of details, but two of my biggest mentors just told me you need to go try and see what this is about. And so I took the word, and I'm very glad they told me to, because it's been awesome so far.
Well, that's going to lead me into my next question. Now that you're here, how has your time been here at ICC so far?
It's been awesome. I've been really blown away. You know, there's no community colleges in Kentucky where I'm from, and so I didn't really know a whole lot about junior colleges, just a little bit from the little bit of recruiting Coach Stansberry and Coach Cunningham I had seen them doing at Western Kentucky. And so I didn't have a really good idea about community college. I kind of figured it was going to be smaller than 4-year, maybe not as much going on, not as much buzz, as much kind of fanfare, different things that you kind of associate being in a 4-year school with. But I've been blown away just being here for a few months that I've been here with how involved the community is at the school, how big the school is, how involved the students are with the athletic teams, how involved the administration is with the athletic teams, and just the total support system that exists here at ICC in the city of Fulton. We're really together as a unit, and I've been really pleased to be able to go to football games and talk to the football coaches and see what they're doing, and talk to the baseball coach, and then see the football coaches come to our practices sometimes, see the administration come to some of our practices and ask us how it's going. It's shown me from the jump that it's really, there's a family atmosphere, and that's one of the biggest things that I want to be as a coach, is to try to help foster a family atmosphere for the players and as student athletes being sometimes far away from home. And so that's the vibes I've gotten ever since day one, and I look forward to keep to extending that and seeing what happens this year.
Well, Coach, you talked about not being very familiar with the JUCO circuit. What has been some of the biggest things you've learned about it since getting here?
So one thing I will say for sure, I kind of just the cliche I think is around junior college athletics is there's some talent, but maybe it's not the first option for a lot of student athletes. Maybe a lot of them are at the junior college level or community college level for a reason. Maybe they should have been at 4-year schools, but for whatever reason they're at the 2-year level. And so sometimes there's some discrepancy with motivation, with dedication, with commitment. But I have not witnessed any of that here at ICC. We have 15 scholarship players and 3 walk-ons, and all 18 guys in our program have a chip on their shoulder. They come in every day. They want to work hard. They want to do what they're told. They want to listen. They want to take whatever you can give them to make them better, both on and off the court, in the classroom, in the film study room. And it's been a joy just to be around a group of people that really want to hear what you have to say and are willing to do what you have to say and hear what you have to say, and willing to work with you through mistakes. It's my first year as a full-time coach, and I'm getting to do some things that I've never gotten to do previously in my basketball career, and just to be around a group of players and coaches that are there for you through the ups and downs and are willing to work with you, and they want to see you succeed just as bad as I want to see them succeed, right, is really a win-win, and I can't wait to see what the season holds as we get into it.
Well, let's just talk about the vibe of the team right now. I know there's uber excitement getting ready for the first game of the year, but what's the vibe been like with the team as a whole, like how they come together as a team, and just that feeling you get when you're around them?
Absolutely. I'm excited. I'm really excited because I feel like we've got guys that are hungry, that are very excited to do some things that they may have been told they couldn't do before, and we've got a lot of talent, a lot of dedication, a lot of hours has been put in this preseason, in the summer. I feel like we've got a great group of guards, a great group of post guys that really fit together, and it's positive. There's nothing but positivity. We have a lot of guys that believe in themselves, believe in their ability to be just as good as anybody in this league, and they believe they're going to win a lot of games, and I believe that too. So I think it's nothing but positive, and we can't wait to get this thing rolling because it's going to take off really fast.
Awesome. Well, Coach, it's easy to talk about expectations at the end of the year. Everybody expects to win the championship. But on this level, you take it by stages. So what is your expectations for this November, December part of the season before getting into conference play? Let's first talk about the team. What are your expectations for the team?
Well, one of my big things that I stress with our guys is kind of going 1-0, because it's a lot of times it's easy to kind of start looking at that schedule and be like, well, we can go 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. We should be 10-0. Well, we really want to take it day by day and game by game so that we can be assured that 100% of our focus is going into that day, winning against that opponent. And so trying to kind of compartmentalize each day and each opponent and not looking too far ahead, because we know there's going to be some fun going on in that conference season with the rivalries and being all in the same state. So I know there's going to be fun in the conference season, but really wanting to take each day one day at a time and figuring out what one thing can we get better at. Can we get 1% better every day in some aspect? And then by the time conference season comes around, we'll be where we need to be.
Absolutely. And then what about yourself? I know you said you're new to the JUCO system. What goals have you set for yourself as a coach to be able to grow into more into your career?
Sure, for sure. I really want to kind of I'm transitioning from a kind of a support staff role as a graduate assistant my previous years to now being an assistant coach. And I feel like one of the things that I really need to lock in on and improve on is kind of the player-coach relationship kind of being more demanding, whereas the past few years I've been in more of a support role. I want to do whatever I can to help these kids out, to get them where they want to be, to get them in the position they need to be to succeed. Now I'm kind of in a newer a role where I need to demand some things of them more than allowing them to tell me what they want and what they need. So trying to push myself to hold our guys accountable for some things that I wasn't necessarily responsible for holding them accountable for previously. I'm trying to just kind of, I guess, be more of a kind of a role model as somebody where they kind of expect, okay, I need to do what I'm supposed to. I need to do what Coach says. I need to make sure I'm in the spot Coach told me to, and less maybe kind of like buddy-buddy relationship, because I'm kind of in a new role, and I've got a big task on my hands to help the coaching staff here to do what they need to do and get accomplished what we want to do, and I got to kind of adjust my approach to how I kind of interact and bond with those guys on a day-to-day basis. So I'm really intrigued by the new kind of task that I have to hold those guys a little bit more accountable, push them more, squeeze that extra 1% out, whereas maybe previously I wasn't so focused on doing that. So really want to push them as hard as I can and push myself to be in that role more so.
Awesome. Well, Coach, appreciate your time, and good luck this season.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Go Indians.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents, not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a skilled swordsman, a master chef,
Needs more lavender.
a wonder at word games.
2 tries, every time.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.